Of course, a splash of sports as well.
Now, here's your host, Tom.
Good Thursday morning. Welcome to Ocala Talks. I'm your host, Tom Schmitz, coming to you from the studios of WOCA Radio, located just off the runway at the Ocala International Airport in the Brick City, beautiful Ocala, Florida. Galen Unall, good morning to you. He joins us every morning, as he does. He's from Life South, brought to you by the good folks at Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center, Penn Flooring, and just shipped. Again, Galen, good morning.
Hey, what's going on, Tom? How are you today?
You know, I'm livid. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm livid.
Yep.
It's never good when I wake up angry. It's never good. It's never good. By the way, it had nothing to do with going to bed angry with my wife or anything. We're in great shape, so anybody that worries about that, we don't go to bed angry. I woke up, I went to bed angry watching Brandel Chambly on the Golf Channel. And I woke up, and the first thing I did when I opened Twitter is there's Brandel Chambly pissing me off again.
Well, first of all, he's kind of useless. I maybe fully useless. And he wasn't a very good player, and I don't think he's a very good commentator.
By the way,
he loves to stir the pot.
By the way, his playing abilities would have been exactly the guy that got invited to the LIV Saudi League.
Oh, there's no, and let's be very.
And he'd have went.
Oh, you're darn right. If LIV was to come up and say, look, Brandon, we love your work. We want you to just focus on LIV. Here's your money. Even like, this is a great opportunity for me and for a lot of players all over the world. They're going to change the game of golf. He's a sellout. Always has been.
Well, I woke up this morning, and this is a tweet I woke up to and just aggravated. And I don't usually answer, but I had to bark back at this. He wrote, it is his tweet, if successful, the Saudi-backed LIV golf will prove to be a plague on the game. The 48 players who tee off this Friday have exchanged a little bit of their soul for money, and they tilt the game in a very bad direction. And every one of them knows they're helping to sell a lie. Okay, so I went, yeah, China's okay though, right? Give me a break from your PGA standard answers and wake up in the real world. When the PGA stops using China as a market and a manufacturing outlet, then you can talk to me. Otherwise, shut the hell up. I think I'm right here.
Yeah, and I think you are, because let's be clear, Brandel Chambly has never once, ever cared about human rights anywhere in the world. He didn't say anything about the Uyghurs, right? He didn't say anything about how, the golf manufacturers need to really look at where they're manufacturing their equipment. He hadn't said anything about Putin invading Russia, right? He cares about this because this is impacting his income. Or the PGA put out some memo and said, Brandel, I really need to get you in front of you need to start bashing this league. Okay.
And what you knew was going to happen.
Come on.
And what you knew was going to happen happened. The press, the U.S. and the English press that are in cahoots with the PGA Tour, they're going after these players. Yesterday, I don't know if you saw this, there was a press conference yesterday, and it got a little testy between Lita Westwood, Ian Poulter, and a reporter from England. The reporter goes, so if Vladimir Putin had a tournament, would you play there? And so Poulton goes, that's speculation, not even going to comment. Then he goes, so is there anywhere you wouldn't play on a moral basis if the money was right? Is there anywhere you wouldn't play? Ian goes, I don't need to answer that. He goes, okay, well, what about you, Lee? Would you have played in apartheid South Africa? You're just trying to get after us. You got no clarity here. The guy goes, so your morals are in check, too, as long as the money's right. Now they're being, just and they knew this was going to happen, but this is another time where the media, in my opinion, Brandel Chambly and this reporter from the English paper, they don't care about the news or a story. They care about getting the agenda of the PGA Tour into the forefront.
Well, and let's remember that these are the same group of guys who didn't say a word when the Masters was taking all kinds of heck for women not being allowed
and
to
no African-American members,
and no African-American members, right? They played it. Oh, it's tradition, is what you would have heard. Well, this is tradition. Yeah. And by the way, there are still a lot of clubs across the United States that are male only. By the way, I don't have a problem with that. I mean, if that's up to them.
Well,
I don't know what
golf stands for?
I mean, who cares?
You know what golf stands for?
Yeah.
Gentlemen only, ladies forbidden.
That's right. And by the way, I've tried to play golf with my wife. That will happen never again. I value my marriage too much. So I again, we're all hypocrites when it comes to this.
And by the way,
we just are. And I'm sure Brandel Chambly has a car that runs on oil with oil that is bought from Venezuela now, because that's where we're getting oil from. Venezuela and Saudi Arabia.
There's no atrocities going on in Venezuela.
No.
Why would you say that? There's no atrocities in Venezuela.
Unless I guess we'll just wait for Bernie to tell him whether or not there's atrocities. Again, you know, and by the way, I'm sure everybody who's got like that Ukrainian flag. I saw this yesterday. There was somebody with a Ukrainian flag and a Pride Month flag. And I'm like, you know, those two are opposed, right? You're not allowed to be gay in the Ukraine.
No, you're certainly not.
Right? I mean, do people not know that? I mean, you do understand you cannot be gay in Ukraine. It's illegal. So good luck with all your flags. But, you know, because he's, I guess, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And
yeah, that's what got us into the Cold War.
Well,
the enemy and my enemy being my friend is what got us in the Cold War.
And again, I mean, if you want to talk about atrocities, you can look at what we did to all kinds of countries during arguably the greatest president of our life. I don't think there's much of an argument, but the greatest president of the last 70 years.
Ronald Reagan, of course.
With Reagan. I mean, look what he did with his war on drugs. And,
he decimated a lot of Central American countries and South American countries, or their jungles and all, in his war on drugs, that, by the way, was an abject failure.
Yeah, and look how some people say that he introduced crack into communities.
People will tell you the CIA did that. Yep. I've heard that conspiracy theory.
Everybody has a little evil in them. I say this all the time. Like, you know, the only good we have comes from God.
Hold on.
The rest is just baseness.
Hold on. I do not have a little evil in me.
You have more than most.
I have like half full evil. I could go. I could go either way depending on the mood I'm in. Let's be honest.
Now again, I get it. Some things are morally objectable. I guess if there's a line of gray.
Yeah, but what's morally objectable to people in this country? To people, the masses in this country, given the history of this country, what would be more morally objective? And let's take rape and stuff like that out of it. But what would be more morally just decimating to this country than slavery? And yet, we know slavery exists in China right now. And the NBA and the PGA Tour, nobody's denying, because China's 1.4 billion people. The market's too good. Nobody's denying. Even though slavery with the history of our country and slavery and all, we should run from any kind of contact with any country that still thinks slavery is an okay deal. Yet China has people enslaved right now. And we're like, $3 for that golf ball. Ooh, we'll take $7 for that golf club.
Yeah, and again, they're in concentration camps.
Yeah,
because of the way they look and the religion they have. I get it. I guess you have to draw a line somewhere. And by the way, if you wanted to boycott all items from China, it would be incredibly difficult. Right? It would.
Is it lost
it would be incredible.
Is it lost on everybody, though? I think this is what's lost on everybody. Is we're watching a tour of country clubbers upset that another group of country clubbers is making another tour. That's what we're doing.
I mean, again, it's pure hypocrisy. I don't think there's any way around it. Again, this is what I fall back on, and I feel like this for a lot of things. These are free will individuals. They can take their job as a professional golfer
Is to pay the
Their job
PGA
is to
Tour
make-
to play.
Yeah, it's to make as much money as they possibly can. I thought Justin Thomas did a good job of it yesterday.
He did a great
when he was
job
asked
yesterday.
about it.
Rory McIlroy, not so good, but that's because Rory doesn't do good in front of microphones. He just doesn't.
No, I mean, and by the way, in 5 years, they may just come out and be more dominant.
Hey, let me ask you this.
Let the market see.
Let me ask you this: how big a blow was it yesterday? I mean, it seems like there's a different body blow every day, but how big a deal was it that yesterday it was made official? What people who follow the game of golf already knew for the most part, but it was made official to the world yesterday. One of my favorite guys, but you don't like him because you say he's a cheater and just a jerk. But Patrick Reed, major winner, and Bryson DeChambeau, major winner. Both have now committed to the LIV League as well. And whether you like Patrick Reed or not, he's a major winner. But Bryson DeChambeau, he moves the stick when it comes to selling merchandise, when it comes to people showing up at golf tournaments. Say what you want about a lot of these guys, but Bryson DeChambeau is a polarizing figure that you either like him or you don't like him, but he sells a lot of stuff, and a lot of people come to see him.
I was told yesterday that he was making sure he didn't want to leave the PGA Tour until he was sure that the USGA was going to allow him to play in the Open.
I knew as soon as the USGA said they could play, you would see people exodus that you didn't think you were going to see.
And the other guy accused his parents that they were pedophiles. I don't know how you like that guy.
Nice. He's a Georgia guy, and I like that he aggravates you so much.
How do you
it's really just because he aggravates you so much.
He doesn't aggravate me. He's just a terrible human being. Like if Patrick Reed started a tour, I would boycott that tour.
Oh, I would go see that tour. They're doing cocaine on the tee boxes. Are you kidding me? You'd have to avoid strippers on those strippers. You'd have to avoid strippers on poles out in the fairway. I'm going to see that.
Well, yeah. Well, Dustin Johnson is.
Oh no, wait. That would be John Daly's tour. I'm sorry. My bad. My bad.
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
Wouldn't that be great? And I'm waiting for that shoe to fall. That this weekend they announced, and John Daly has agreed to play in the LIV.
By the way, John Daly back in the day would have jumped at this.
Oh, he'd have been back in the day. He may jump at it now. If they could put a Hooters where he could sign some flags in London, he'd be there.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. And again, I'm interested to see how it goes off today. I think it started already, right? It started.
No, it starts tomorrow.
10 a.m.
Starts tomorrow.
Oh, okay. All right.
Friday.
I think it'll be interesting. I really do. I think it'll be very interesting. And the PGA Tour is in full marketing mode, and I'm sure when you turn on your TV Sunday to watch the Canadian Open, nobody will utter a word about the LIV.
Oh no, not a word will be uttered. And here's the thing: because it's in London, it's going to be so many hours in advance. People are still going to be able to watch both tours. Where the PGA is going to have to worry is when they have like the Four Corners tournament, or the Travelers tournament, or the Valspar. And I love the Valspar, but it's a minor tournament, not a major tournament. They have one of those tournaments, and the LIV has a tournament in Kansas. Because they have 8 tournaments, and like 4 of them are in the United States.
Right. Absolutely. They know what the biggest market is.
Yeah.
And the Saudis and the Chinese aren't exactly, which is kind of crazy to me. They're not on the best of terms, even though they buy each other's goods. Doesn't make sense. So it's going to be fascinating. It's going to be fascinating. I think they have an event in Vegas. That I think that's right. So that will be a pretty interesting one.
We got to take a break. We'll be back at this timeout. More with Galen. We got him for one more segment on WOCA, The Source. Hey, do you know there's an Italian bakery in Ocala? Well, there is. It's the Magnolia Italian Bakery, where you can get the best Italian specialties. We have Italian and New York cheesecakes, fresh-made cannolis, cream puffs, eclairs, and even custom and gourmet cakes. We even serve hot and cold lunch daily. I suggest you try the Italian special number 3. We even cater big and small events. So call ahead, 352-207-2667. Visit the Magnolia Italian Bakery. Manja. God bless.
Are you or your loved one being released from a hospital and wondering how you'll manage? Inform your physician that you want to go to Palm Garden of Ocala at 2700 Southwest 34th Street for your rehabilitation. Palm Garden provides pain management, post-discharge follow-up, diabetic care, psychosocial support, and so much more. Plus, they even offer outpatient rehab. This award-winning care facility has a team of licensed professionals dedicated to enhancing your independence. Call 352-854-6262 today.
Are you wasting time boxing up packages and going to the post office or the UPS store? Are you tired of not knowing what you'll pay when you get there? Just Ship offers pickup service and flat rate packaging and postage rates, which takes the guesswork out of shipping while saving you time and money. So quit wasting valuable time and money. Call or text Just Ship at 352-234-3840. That's 352-234-3840. Just Shipped.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. Got Galen Unall from Life South for one more segment with us on a Thursday. Galen, I would be remiss if we didn't bring up what's going to happen tonight. There's a primetime television production going on tonight. It will emanate from a committee room at the Capitol building. We will see in prime time a committee investigate the January 6th Capitol debacle. And I understand why this needs to be investigated and all, but is this any more than just a made-for-TV moment for the politicians of Washington to say, hey, we're doing something?
No, I think it's far more insidious than that. Name another event that they've done at prime time. You know what I mean? Outside of presidential address after some type of national event. No, this is purely to rally the Democratic base and to attack Trump in a primetime opportunity. That's all this is. That's it. And CNN loves it, right? Fox News loves it.
No, Fox News refuses to show it. Fox News will not be showing it live. Fox News has already said we will not play their game. We will not be showing it live. But they'll have all kind of excerpts on it. They'll have a panel talking about it. Even though they won't be showing it live, they'll still be doing their due diligence, what they think is their due diligence, and trying to get that primetime audience too.
You know, I hope the Buffalo Soldier guy's on there. I think that'd be fun. I think I'd like to hear what that guy had to say.
I want to hear what the guy talks like. I want to hear what I think the Buffalo Soldier guy, isn't he like the first cousin of the naked guitar man in Times Square?
Well, I think they've worked together.
I think aren't they? Isn't that the family of entertainers or something? You know.
Sure.
What kind of? First off, say what you want. What kind of moron thinks I'll just paint my face red, blue, and white, put a buffalo hat on like Fred Flintstone, and go to the Capitol?
Well, I think this is to do nothing but to make, if we really want to heal after January 6th, which is what we need to do, I guess. And I don't know anybody who thought, you know what, that was a really good idea.
It was a horrible idea. It was terrible.
Right. No one's out there going, we really made a point there. So I don't know really what we're trying to accomplish.
I think this is more of a court TV thing, where it's court TV and CNN and all, where you see these people, the Proud Boy leader, Biggs from Ormond Beach and all, where you see their trials go on and them get prosecuted. I don't really see any probative value for the U.S. Congress to do a primetime show just to show us what prosecutors are going to do after this showboating is over. Actual prosecutors are going to prosecute these people, find them guilty, and send them to prison, as they should be.
Well, they already have.
Right.
They already have.
I don't understand why Congress thinks it needs to do a primetime special. I just don't.
Right. We already are. And by the way, I'll be watching the Rangers Lightning, which has been just an incredible series. 2-2. It's tied. This is Game 5.
Are they playing Game 5 in? Is Game 5 in Tampa?
No, it's in Madison Square Garden.
So they don't do a 2-3-2. They do a 2-2, 1-1-1.
They don't do the 2-3-2 until the finals.
Okay.
That always confuses me.
So this is a 2-2-1-1-1. Okay.
Right. So Game 7 will be in the Garden. Game 7 in the Garden is just magical. That's one of those magical
Unless
places.
you're a Knicks fan.
Well, yeah, and just make sure that Spike Lee isn't in the front.
Well, no, the Knicks have, they don't remember winning a game. What was it, 73 the last time they won a Game 7?
Yeah, it's been a while. But again, I'll watch that. I mean, I'll be watching because that series, the series has been phenomenal. I mean, the game last night between the Mavericks and the Celtics was pretty great. Steph Curry single-handedly trying to keep the Warriors in it, but they ended up losing.
I will turn an eye to it a couple times, and here's why. I have a bet with my intern, and I say that CNN's going to show it live when the people that are saying the story the way CNN wants it being told is there. But once a Republican goes to questioning somebody, and now we'll throw it back to our panel to discuss what we just heard.
No, they're going to, because look at who the Republicans are on the panel, Tom. They're all anti-Trumpers. You got, your Liz Cheney's of the world. They're going to air every minute, every breath that Liz Cheney takes. And part of me is like, go do your job, Liz. You feel like that's what you're supposed to do. You're a never Trumper. You always will be. I get it. I have no problem with that. I just don't like it at prime time.
I think this waste. I think this wastes my tax dollar. I think they're going to be prosecuted. They're going to be sent to prison, and that's where they should go. This is a court matter, not a matter for Congress.
I would much rather them focus on this than gun control. How about that?
Well, did you hear we got about a minute. Did you hear the mother last night, the African-American mother who lost a son of gun violence? She told him, all these laws you're trying to pass won't do a bit of good. You got to get the guns out of the criminals' hands, because a law-abiding citizen didn't kill my son. A drug-dealing criminal killed my son with an illegal gun.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
She's right.
Exactly right.
She is 100% correct. Hey, Galen, a little short today with you. By the way, for all those watching on YouTube, yes, my intern is that uncomfortable with what Galen and I have been saying. She's dying over off to the side. She wants to talk so bad, and I got her mic turned off, Galen, because I'm smart that way.
Well,
so
that's right. That's right. Microphone equals power.
Exactly, and I have the power. I have the power. Hey, Galen, where's Bloodmobile today?
Hey, Bloodmobile today. We're actually at the Lowe's out on 40 because those chum checks out there, but as always, right on the boulevard, lifesouth.org. Check us out, please. Please give blood. We are hurting right now. We're in critical need of all blood types. So give the gift of life, donate blood.
Galen Newell from Life South joins us every day. Thanks to good folks at Penn Flooring, Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center. Just shipped. Galen, talk to you tomorrow.
Bye, all.
We'll be right back after this timeout. You're listening to Ocala Talks on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
The U.S. House of Representatives passed a wide-ranging gun control bill. The mostly partisan legislation passed a vote of 223 to 204. Ranking member Republican Jim Jordan explains his problem with the one-size-fits-all bill.
We need to get serious about understanding why this keeps happening. Democrats are always fixated on curtailing the rights of law-abiding citizens rather than trying to understand why this evil happens. Until we figure out the why, we will always mourn losses without fixing the problem.
Thailand on Thursday became the first country in Asia to decriminalize cannabis or marijuana, but the tough penalties will still apply to those who use the drug to get high. Thai's Minister of Health says it's no longer a crime to grow or trade marijuana, and cafes and restaurants can also serve cannabis-infused food and drinks, but only if it contains less than 0.2% THC. USA Radio News.
New message.
What up, It's Heather's cousin. You dated her in college, or maybe you were just in the same class. Anyway, I heard you bought a boat, my man. Let's hit the water. Oh, and Heather told me you always liked, snacks and stuff, so I could totally bring some chips.
When you get a boat, you also get new friends. Make sure Progressive's one of them, and get coverage today for as little as $100 a year.
Hey, also, I'm a little short on cash, so can you cover the chips? Thanks. I can see why Heather liked you.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Annual premium for basic liability policy not available in all states.
My heart was racing just making spaghetti. I could have waited to tell my doctor, but I didn't wait.
I was short of breath just reading a book. I could have delayed telling my doctor, but I didn't wait.
They told their doctors and found out they have atrial fibrillation, a condition which makes it about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you have one or more of these symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, this is no time to wait. Contact your doctor.
Brought to you by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Join Gary and Don Crawford of Pinnacle Retirement Advisors for Retirement with Pinnacle, Saturday mornings at 9 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Don't miss Retirement with Pinnacle with Gary and Don Crawford, Saturday mornings at 9. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
Nirvana, Ocala's premier medical spa, is leading the way in great skin with all the newest in treatment options, offering prejuvenation for younger clients and rejuvenation for all ages. Nirvana knows you want to look your very best. We want you to look like you, just better, brighter and younger, with all the newest and best in technology and all in the most beautiful surroundings. Like Nirvana Medical Spa on Facebook and find them on the web at nirvanamedicalspa.com. Become a better, brighter and younger you.
Things are heating up at Blockers Furniture in Ocala. Hot deals and summertime savings in every department. Their over 80,000 square foot showroom is full of savings like queen storage bed dresser and mirror sets starting as low as $19 per month. Sofas starting as low as $13 per month. And all Palliser furniture is 25% off. And outdoor furniture too, 25% off. And the mattress gallery has mattresses starting as low as $3.99. See Blockers for full offer details. Blockers Furniture, 2402 Southwest College Road, Ocala. Online at blockersfurniture.com.
Do you suffer from joint pain or anxiety? Natural Life CBD Kratom and Kava can help. Our CBD certified associates will consult with you. Chocolate, gummies, CBD oil. We have Delta 8 products with quality you can trust, all held to the highest standard. Natural Life has 2 locations to serve you, open 7 days a week, located in the S-Curve and in the Heathbrook Shopping Plaza. Give them a call at 352-355-3040. And if you stop in and tell them you heard it on WOCA, you'll receive 10% off your entire purchase.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors, Sunday mornings at 8 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Listen Sunday mornings at 8 to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors.
Our firm offers insurance services.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros. Trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
2 Men in a Truck.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.